Okay, I think I'm live now. Hi, this is Jaime at Enlightened Spoon. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. My Instagram was just futzing out on me. I had to restart my phone, blah, blah, blah. But if you're here, hi, give me a wave. Facebookers, let me know if you are here. And if you're on Instagram and if you can hear me, give me a wave. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you again. Nice one. Hey, Violet, good to see you again. Cool, so I can see the Instagrammers are on. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry I'm a bit late. I had some technical glitch issues going on with my phone connections, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, if you're watching the replay, feel free to whiz through until we start the practice. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes while more people come and join. Hey, Salt, good to see you again. So while we wait for more people to come join, I am going to pull a card for us today. And today it is Gabby Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back. Let's see if you can see me down here on Facebook. There we go, yeah. And beautifully illustrated deck of cards. Let's just ask the universe, right? What message does it have for all of us collectively today? And then let's see. Let's do a bit of a shuffle. And then I'm going to cut the deck. Let's go with this one, right? Ooh, I love this one. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Beautiful. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Let that sit with you tonight. So how is everybody feeling today? You can give me a little quick type and see how everyone's kind of feeling. Tired. I know lots of people are feeling tired in my wellness coaching practice, because I coach people with food and nutrition through movement and fitness, and all my wellness coaching clients, everyone's been going through kind of ups and downs. I love it. Superfood Bakery, peaceful. Well done. Nice. Yeah, everyone kind of is sort of going through variations, right? I know I'm feeling it now. At this point, I'm sort of at this point where I'm just kind of like, is it over? Are we done yet? Can I go now? Yeah, but it's an ever-changing continuum, right, of emotions. C'est la vie, it's life. Well, while we wait for more people, oh, here we go, Violet. I went for a long run today, feeling rosy at the moment. Very nice, I like it. Super. I like how people are actually feeling in a good space right now. Nice. So today's meditation I'll be doing will be about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you want to grab your yoga mat, a cushion, and a blanket, go ahead and pick up what you need for tonight's meditation. And you feel free to lie down as usual. So whatever you might need to feel a little bit more comfy on the floor or on your yoga mat. And sometimes I like putting a sofa cushion underneath my knees. So that takes the pressure off of your lower back as well. So just a couple more minutes before we start. Just gonna look on Facebook to see if there's anybody with any comments here. Nope, okay, cool. Nice. So in the Netherlands, we've got a bank holiday tomorrow, so that's kind of nice as well. We can ease into this holiday with a bit of rest tonight. So thank you for showing up. So a little introduction into the philosophy of what I practice. Olamp, hi, good to see you. We haven't begun, so just nice. Hi, Celine. Just a bit of an introduction into today's meditation. The philosophy that I come from is, there that we are part of an unchanging whole, that there's no separation, right? And the underlying premise is that you are okay as you are. There's no need to be fixing or changing because you are perfect. And I love this premise because it's essentially you are perfect in your whole, but you've just forgotten to, forgotten how to peel through the layers of you to find that perfect whole, complete you. That's always been there. That's always there. And so this practice that we do, this meditation practice of sitting, laying, and being, is essentially peeling away all of these layers, right? And the style of meditation that I practice is a very somatic form of meditation. It's really body sensing. And why I love this so much is because it helps you go into a deeper relaxation, and it helps you move through your emotions and thoughts by anchoring them as felt sensations within the body. And once you start to feel things in the body, you're able to actually just relax and drop one more layer into that perfect, whole, complete you. At least that's kind of my experience of it. And of course, everyone's experience is going to be kind of slightly different. And yeah, I would encourage you to remain open and curious to see what might come up for you in today's practice. So there was no practice last week, but 2 weeks ago I did a yoga nidra of this, where we explored opposite sensations in the body, right? Feeling into heavy and light, cold and warm. And today we're going to take it a little bit deeper and move into emotions. I think the last time we worked on emotions, some people felt some things, some people weren't able to, and it's okay. I'll be guiding you to more specific kinds of emotions today that we're going to be feeling. And if something arises and you feel it, great, hold space for it. But if you're not feeling into anything, it's perfectly fine too. That too is also your experience, right? So I think in today's practice, it's really important to remember that nothing is ever really good or bad, right? Good and bad are literally just judgment that we've placed on these emotions or these thoughts, right? They are what they are. So today I'll be working on opposite emotions, feeling into happiness and what that feels like as a felt sense in the body. Where do you feel happiness within the body? And also I'll be taking you through the opposite of that, whatever the opposite of happiness might be for you, whether that's sadness or some kind of forlorn melancholy, depending on, if it's sometimes when I've done this, the opposite of happiness shows up as rage for me, as anger, so every day is different. So with this openness and curiosity that you bring to the practice, see what comes up for you today. I'll also be guiding you through feeling into optimism and discouragement or disappointment, just because they are two sides of the same coin, right? And sometimes we tend to not like to sit with difficult emotions. Anything that feels too heavy, a lot of times we start to feel like, oh, no, I'm going to run away from that. Oh, no, not today. That's one way of dealing with it, which is not really dealing with it. But I think what we want to do in our meditation practice is learn to sit and be okay with it, and sit with the discomfort and notice and observe what happens. So that's what we'll be doing in today's practice on working with opposite emotions. But essentially, we really want to feel it somatically within the body, but I'll be guiding you through this. But ultimately, underneath it all, I'll anchor within you this deep stillness and this deep presence. And this is a place that we call your inner resource. And this is a place that you can access anytime during this practice, and also anytime during your day when you start to feel a little bit anxious and a little bit like, ugh. Take a moment, just 5 minutes of your day, and sit and anchor into this inner resource. And I'll guide you through it today so you have a bit more of an understanding of how to access it as well. So we'll start shortly. Feel free to lay down in today's practice, right? As I said before, for some of you that came in a little bit later, like I'm all for getting comfy in your meditation. If you like to sit, go ahead and sit on the floor or on a chair. If you're on a chair, make sure that your feet are both grounded flat on the floor. And maybe you might want to have a thick book or a file folder underneath your feet. But feel free to lie down, Savasana. Take this as your little version of a yoga nidra, maybe, and pull a blanket over you. Yeah. So a few moments now, go and grab what you need to grab if you want to feel a little bit more comfortable for tonight's meditation. And let's start to settle in. So take a seat, lay down. If you're in Savasana, ensuring that your feet are slightly wider than hip width apart and allowing your feet to flop out at either side, palms facing up to the sky, slightly further away from your body. If you're sitting down on the floor, just grounding the sitting bones into the surface beneath you and feeling this long line of extension very gently pulling you up all the way through the crown of your head. And just a few more moments of settling in. And I'm going to open this practice with a bit of a bell chime. So opening today's practice with a poem by Dana Folds. It's titled Paradox. Fear and love seldom stand shoulder to shoulder. It's rare to laugh and lie in the same breath. But strength and weakness, failure and success, faith and desolation, they are different ends of a single stick. To pick one up is to receive both poles. Stark contrasts contribute to a knowledge of the whole. What is life but growing wide and deep, so open from weeping that opposites, ambiguity, and 1,000 shades of gray can coexist without despair? So as we sit here and open into this practice of welcoming our emotions and the opposites, starting with an openness and a curiosity. And perhaps taking this open curiosity with you into an intention for today. And perhaps opening with an intention for today's practice to remain curious and open to whatever is calling for your attention tonight. Welcoming the physical sensations, emotions, thoughts, that might be calling for your attention. Senses wide open. Feeling the surface beneath you, holding you. And you touching back into the surface. And perhaps noticing, how am I feeling today? Where is my mind at right now? Is it pretty full? Is it pretty clear? And then perhaps from the mind, taking the elevator all the way down to your heart space. Maybe even further down into the belly. How does my body feel today? And as you ground down into this heart space or the belly space, relaxing just one more layer deeper. Anchoring into an inner presence of well-being and being. That quiet space inside of you. Perhaps it might be helpful to imagine or think of a place that you know of, either in real life or in your imagination, somewhere that brings about feelings of warmth, openness, expansion. Your happy place. And as you rest here in this safe, happy place of yours, really bring this place to life. If you're seeing it, what can you hear? If you're hearing it, what can you smell? Feeling all of your senses coming to life. And then perhaps allowing the images to fade away and just resting in this anchored sense within the body of well-being and being. This is your inner resource, your inner presence of well-being and being. At any point during this practice, you can always bring yourself back and ground and anchor yourself in this open, expansive presence. Starting to lengthen the inhales and lengthen the exhales. Deep belly breaths. And perhaps on your next inhale, really expanding into the belly, feeling the belly expanding both through the front body and back body, through the side bodies, all the way up the rib cage in all directions, all the way up into the chest. And then releasing on the exhale, all the way down into the belly. A few more times in your own round. Deep inhales, deep exhales from the belly. As you start to lengthen into the inhales and exhales, allowing a deeper relaxation to come. Now moving into the inhales and exhales in a ratio of 1 to 2. So maybe it's inhaling on a count of 4 and exhaling on a count of 8. Once again, really slow, deep belly breaths, inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 8. The important thing to remember is that on the exhale, by the end of your count on 7 and 8, ensuring that your exhales are nice and smooth. And if you're starting to run out of breath by the count of 7 or 8, perhaps you want to lower the count. So inhaling for a count of 3, exhaling for a count of 6. And if you have a longer, deeper breath, perhaps you want to increase that inhale to exhale ratio and inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 10. Just keeping the inhales to the exhales in a ratio of 1 to 2. In your own time, deep belly breaths. Lengthening your exhales this way encourages your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and relax system to really start to override your stress response. So at any time you start to feel anxious or stressed, bring your breath back to an inhale to exhale ratio of 1 to 2. Few more rounds in your own time, in your own count. Now, after finishing your next exhale, releasing all control of the breath, and just resting here, noticing what's happening in the body and in the mind. Now bringing attention to sensations in the mouth. No need to physically move any body part as I call it out. Just simply bringing your attention to that body part. And really feeling it and sensing it rather than thinking of the body part. Actively engage at that particular body part. So feeling sensations in the mouth. Feeling sensations up the nose. Both ears. Sensations in the forehead. Crown of the head. Back of the head. Back of the neck. Both shoulders. Now feeling sensations down the left arm and the left hand. Feeling sensations from within the left arm into the skin boundary and extending beyond the skin boundary, sensing into the space around the left arm and hand. The entire left arm and hand is vibrant sensation. Now sensing your way down the right arm into the right hand. Feeling sensations from within the right arm all the way into the skin boundary and extending beyond the skin boundary. Really sensing into the space around the right arm and right hand. The entire right arm lighting up as vibrant sensation. Now moving sensation down the left leg into the left foot. Now feeling sensations from within the left leg all the way into the skin boundary and extending beyond the skin boundary. Sensing into the space around the left leg. The entire left leg and foot lighting up as vibrant sensation. Now sensing the right leg into the right foot. Feeling sensations from within the leg, moving the sensations into the skin boundary of the right leg and foot, and extending beyond the skin boundary. And really sensing into the space around the right leg and right foot. The entire right leg lighting up as vibrant sensation. Now dividing the body into left and right sides. Sensing and feeling the entire left side of the body, from your toes all the way to the crown of your head on the left side. Feeling sensations from within the left body, moving into the skin boundary, and then extending beyond the skin boundary. Sensing into the space around the left side of the body. The entire left body lighting up as vibrant sensation. Now sensing and feeling into the right side of the body, from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Feeling sensations from within the right body, moving these sensations all the way into the skin boundary of the right side of the body. Extending beyond the skin boundary and sensing into the space around the right side of the body. The entire right side of the body lighting up as vibrant sensation. Now sensing and feeling both left and right sides of the body at the same time. From your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. The entire body, from within the body, moving all the way into the skin boundary, beyond the skin boundary, and into the space around the entire body, lighting up as vibrant sensation. anchoring into your inner presence of well-being and being, your grounded, anchored center, as you light up as vibrant sensation. Noticing now emotions that might be present. And perhaps if no emotion is present, you might like to work with happiness. If it's helpful, recalling an image, memory, or person that evokes the emotion of being happy. And really feel it as a felt sense within the body. Where in your body does being happy show up? Once the emotion arrives in the mind, allow for a moment for it to descend into the body as sensation. Noticing where this emotion lands in the body. And simply feeling it for a moment. If no image, memory, or person that evokes happiness is present, this too is your experience. Simply resting in the expansiveness of your inner presence. Now working with the opposite of this emotion. If there is an opposite to happiness and being happy, what would it be? Is it a feeling of sadness, melancholy, perhaps a heavy-heartedness? And just allowing this opposite of happiness to arrive here in the mind for a moment. And then allowing it to descend into the body as sensation. What does it feel like in the body? And simply be with it in the body. Noticing the sensations that arise, the intensity. Notice where in the body it is, and maybe it's in more than one place in the body. No emotion nor sensation may be present, and this might be your experience too. Everything just as it is. Now alternating back into feeling happiness once again. And moving back into that felt sense in the body of what happiness feels like. Where in the body does happiness show up? And it might be in more than one place. And then alternating that with the opposite of happiness once again. And in your own time, feeling into the opposite emotions and really feeling them as the felt sense within the body. If no emotion or sensation is present for you, simply resting in the expansiveness of your inner presence. And now if you're able to, as you're alternating between happy and its opposite, perhaps feeling both emotions at the same time. Noticing where these emotions land in the body. What's the felt sense in the body as you hold both of these opposing emotions at the same time? Simply feeling it for the moment. Noticing what arises in your mind and body. And if you're unable to hold both at the same time, this too is your experience. Simply resting here in the expansiveness of your inner presence. As you bring attention to whatever is arising in this moment, a thought, a story, an emotion, feel how you are aware of what is arising. As you open attention out to that feeling of stillness and vast openness, in which all of the contents of the mind and the body arises out of. Feeling how this vast spaciousness allows for all emotions, all thoughts, all sensations in the body. Feel yourself as this expansiveness, awareness. Can you anchor in here a deep underlying stillness? A moment of gratitude. Thinking or feeling of one thing in your life that you're deeply appreciative of right now. Feeling into the physical sensations this gratitude and appreciation bring forth. Perhaps feeling the warmth and expansion this gratitude brings. Perhaps it's an expansion from your heart space. Perhaps it's even expanding through the entire body. Gratitude expanding all the way to the crown of your head, to the tips of your toes. Gratitude, joy, warmth. Opening it and expanding beyond the skin boundary. Resting in ever unchanging awareness. Aware of any changing thoughts, emotions, sensations. Aware of the breath and the body. A moment to touch back into your inner resource, this still inner presence of well-being and being. Touching back into your intention for today's practice. Noting whether the intention was met or not. The practice was perfect for whatever you needed, whatever was present. Slowly opening and closing your eyes a few times. And perhaps if there is an emotion that you might like to come back to and visit at another time in another practice, you might like to jot that down, to journal about it and bookmark it for another time. Very slowly in your own time. Making your way back to a seated position and coming back together as a group. Thank you very much for your presence this evening. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments here, or you can also send me a direct message. This session is being recorded and I will get it onto IGTV after this. I finally figured it out, guys. It's also, all of these sessions are also recorded on my website, enlightenspoon.com/meditation. So at any time, feel free to come back and practice. Thank you so much, Violet. Oh, great. I'm really glad. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because that's so cool. Thanks so much, guys. Oh, thank you for your presence. I wish you a very good evening. And I will see you again next Monday, 8:30 p.m. CET. Yeah, if you have any questions and you don't want to ask me here, you can always message me. Have a lovely evening too, Olymp. Nice to see you here. Bye, guys.